a podcast. We gonna get you updated what's going on with the racial profiling situation. And before we discuss that, I'm gonna give a disclaimer. These are the thoughts and opinions of TSM. Also, this is to educate, to inform, and to enlighten anybody who might come across this video. It is not to bash, harass, or stereotype anybody that has participated in this video. With that being said, thank you for everybody that's coming in. Thank you out for liking this video or entering in the chat. Also, thank you for the cloud watchers, the replay game. Shout out to my sis, Real Mamas. Hey Paprika, how you doing, beautiful? Um, so I just, there's a video that people are interested in seeing of a racial profiling situation that just recently happened with TSM, and he's going to give you more of a detailed, more information about what happened and why it happened.
Yeah, so and at any point if my connection get to cutting out, I'm on a different network right now. Y'all just let me know. So I'm gonna start
Hey
out by saying this
Virginia.
first. Hey Virginia, Real Mamas, Paprika, thank everybody for coming in. I'm gonna start out by saying this. I have always been the type that, like, I tell my friends and I tell my family members, like, yo, don't use your like, stop always using the race card. You know what I'm saying? Because it happens a lot. Well, cause I seen instances of black dudes talking to the police crazy or making certain movements where, I feel like if I was a police officer, I would have reacted the same way some of these. So a lot of people do use the black card, the race card, right? Now I try to not be one of those people until things like this constantly happen. We just had an incident with the police officer not too long ago, and I've been trying to get people to kind of like open their eyes and realize like this stuff is actually happening. It's actually real. So now I'm about to update y'all on what happened. Right? I don't know this dude. This guy don't know me. Now I'm coming from, and this, mind y'all, this is three houses down from my home. There's a gentleman over there that I do some producing work for, help him out with his music, etc., so on and so forth. I was actually coming from his house, and you can hear the gentleman in the car arguing with his wife. So he already was pissed off at something. Like, you can hear the windows up, and you can hear them arguing. And so there's the street, then there's like this, I guess I would say, this area where the grass is, and then there's the parking lot to the buildings of where these two guys stay. And so I'm clearly walking in a walk path. This is no cars allowed in this area. And so as he came, I'll show y'all a picture of my shoes. He was so close that he ripped the side, his tire ran over the side of my shoe and ripped the sole straight off. And even then I was calm. Even then I was calm. I was like, oh, they really getting into it. And so I continued to go my business. But he got out the car. I didn't even know. I was like 3 feet ahead of the car. I hear somebody walking up on me behind me. And I look, and it's this dude. And he's like, watch where the F you going. And I'm like, what? And so that's when I pulled the camera out, because he got back in the car and continued to drive. And when he got back in the car and tried to drive off, he almost hit this white van, a worker's truck. And that's when y'all heard me say, see, you almost hit the dude in the white van. And so he goes, what person in the white van? I'm like, it's all on camera. So when I let him know it's all on camera, he realized he know exactly what I'm talking about. And man, before it even happened, there was just so many threats. He was like, what are you doing? And then he used the word boy. Like, I'm so boy, I'm not a son. What are you doing over here, boy? Like, and I'm trying to figure out in my head, like, do you mean what am I doing over here? Or what am I doing in this neighborhood? Because I get this a lot. I'm telling y'all. It ain't just the police, it's people like him. And so I confronted him. I don't know what he thought. I'm sure he had a firearm because he was pretty cocky at first. I don't know what he thought. But I took offense when he got out the car and walked up on me like that. So I wanted to confront him for what he did. Confront him for asking me, what am I doing over here? Like, bro, I got rights to be here. I really don't have to tell you what I'm doing over here. The reason I'm confronting you is you hit me. You ran over my shoe. You almost hit me, right? Going 40 miles an hour. And the fact that you got out the car and confronted me for you almost hit me, that didn't sit well with me. So once again, I just had got through speaking with my probation officers. I knew that I could get in trouble, but I felt like, yo, I had to stand up and say something because everybody was, all his little friends, everybody was watching. They know, it happens too much, and I wanted to make an example. Like, yo, this not about to keep happening. Like, y'all not about to keep treating me like this in this neighborhood. So I confronted the dude, like, basically you got out the car like you wanted to do something, and I'm gonna just be real with y'all. I wanted to see what he wanted to do. I wanted to get on his level. If he wanted to go there with me, I was willing to go there with him. Um, but then that smart side of me say, yo, he might have that firearm. So that's when y'all see me say I'm not even about to walk up on this white dude because he might have a gun or something. And then he admitted, if y'all go back and watch the video, when I say, yo, you almost hit me, he said, yeah, that's because I didn't see you. You're not supposed to see me if you driving on a walkway, sir. This is a walkway. This is for pedestrians. There's a sign, a bench, and everything. And you saying you admitted and said, yeah, you almost hit me. Was just absurd to me. Now the mistakes he realized he made. I didn't offer him a hug. He wanted to hug it out with me. He already knew what the situation was gonna be. He knew it was gonna. I told him, you about to go on my YouTube, sir. And y'all see, I don't pressure nothing. When he said, I said, okay, I'm gonna walk away. He told me to walk away, just leave. I said, all right, I'm gonna leave. But you tripping. You really tripping. His wife, y'all didn't hear his wife say nothing because she knew that he was in the wrong. And after I confronted himself, right? Like I said, I don't know if he thought I was a young buck or whatever the case may be. But when it got close and personal, he decided to change his notions and wanted to hug it out. Now I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people from where I'm from, they not even about to go back to try to hug you. You heard the dude say, "You're not gonna hit me, is you?" I say, "No, bro, I ain't gonna hit you. I love you, bro." A lot of people not gonna give you that opportunity, especially. Listen, why y'all think he offered that hug and apologize? He knew after his little anger and whatever he was going through with his wife, after that can't calm down and he came to his senses, he knew for one, he was wrong. He knew for two, I can really call the police because the whole side of my shoe, the sole is ripped off. Like you ran over my freaking shoe. You ran over my foot. So he knew that that right there is subjected to bodily harm. So not only that the guy ran over my foot, but this guy decided to get out the car and confront me for walking on a walkway, which it really came down to his question. What are you doing over here, boy? What the hell you mean what I'm doing? I live here. Once he hear me say, oh, I live in this neighborhood, he came to his senses. Um, this it's difficult with me because I'm more of a type who wants to be in a neighborhood like this where I know I'm safe. Hell, half of the times I forget to come and close my patio door. I'm just that safe here in this neighborhood. But then again, it's like, okay, do I go back to where some of my people, at least a few of my peoples are, because this happens too often. When is it gonna be enough, right? Because we've seen it happen with the police. This is still fresh. That's still getting comments. Then it happened like, when is it gonna be enough to where somebody shoot me? When they gonna shoot me? And then say, oh, I didn't know this black dude was walking in my neighborhood. Like, when is it gonna be enough? When somebody shoot me? Like, when the police arrest me for just being black? Like, when is enough gonna be enough? Sometimes I try to be mature and try to be adult about it as possible, but it's like, yo, I'm paying $1,800. This is two times more than what I'm paying $1,800 a month to stay here on top of utilities. So I'm working my tail off in the background to try to, make sure that I maintain a safe spot for myself and also the children. And then it's like, is it really safe when every other day the police stop you because you walking in the neighborhood? Or somebody stopping you and question. This ain't the first time this happened. I decided not to put a lot of stuff on YouTube. I document everything for my personal safety and protection. But this dude took it past the line. I was gonna let him go. I wasn't even gonna upload this on YouTube. I'm not gonna say nothing about it. If he would have got out the car and apologized, but he got out the car and confronted me. He asked me what I was doing over here in this neighborhood. What the hell do you mean what I'm doing over here? Um, he knows it's too. And the thing that gets me is they know because this is one of those neighborhoods where everybody know. Oh, there's a new black family that stays up the street, right? It's only two black families that stay here. One of them is an old man and his wife. They obviously know exactly who I am. It's a lot of they be gossiping the black kids down the street, and so it's like, you know what I'm saying? At some point, it's like, yo, I don't even know if I want to move, if I want to, go just move to another location. But then again, that's gonna take a whole lot. But it's like I should feel comfortable. I should feel safe. I should be able to walk the dog. At one point they asked me, "Was the dog my dog?" And it's like, yo, because it's a
What?
little shit. Like, yeah, like, because it's a little shit. So the lady stopped me, was swearing up and down. It was her neighbor's dog, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" I had to pull a video out of me and Princess like a year ago or something. Like, lady, she literally tried to barricade me from leaving until the cops got there. And so it's just these type of situations. Half of it don't even get documented. Some people be so upset that they don't have the time to document it. Me, I have a stable mentality to where I know, okay, this may need to be documented because sometime in the future, in the future, that's like we stopped going to the lake and stuff because we have what's called a free hunting grounds where we are infested with deers, and so they encourage the neighbors to shoot and kill all the deers. And so we can be out there one day and they could just say, "Yo, I thought black dude was a deer. They about the same color." And so I just feel unsafe being here just based off on that. And I ain't the type of person that really like react the way I reacted. But with him, he needed to be he needed to be definitely needed to be humble. You don't hit somebody and then get out your car and confront them about it with an attitude. Bro was putting his hand in my face like this, and I'm like, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna go to jail because it ain't nothing but Caucasian people watching. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to jail. I'm gonna be the aggressor. Um, but that's a reason again. Somebody like the lady asked in a video with the police, why you go back up there recording on people to document my safety and protection? Someday something might happen, and I don't have any of this backup. So now I have all these traces behind me, and then it's public. It's in the public's eye. So you know, it's just it's a lot to deal with.
Well, I'm just glad that hold on for a second.
Yeah, it was crazy, y'all. That guy needed to be humble, and I was really ready to take it there with him. If it was time to take it there with him. This was one of those times I was just telling people, yo, teach your kids how to defend themselves. Not only how to walk away from a problem, but teach them how to defend themselves. And I was in defensive mode then because I already wanted to hit the dude for running over my shoe, running over my feet, breaking my shoe. Right? I already wanted to do that. The better side of me said, "No, you're gonna go to jail. You're gonna take care of the kids, so on and so forth." Not everybody's perfect, and everybody do got those bad thoughts in their head. And my bad thoughts was in my head was to, if this dude don't back up, go ahead and lay him down. But then his kids and his wife was watching. It's like I'm not gonna be that bad guy right there, but I am gonna humble you. So yeah,
You did. I want to say in the video at the end, you did very well with de-escalating the situation, because, like you said, it could have went left real, real fast. And I know me personally, I'm not sure if I would have handled it the way that you did, only because he hit me. You know what I'm saying? He hit me, and that's the one thing that I want people to realize, that you got to be careful what you say, what you do to people, because you don't know what type of data they're having. And just to racially profile somebody based on their appearance, the hue of their skin, to me is disgusting. But that's the that's the world we live in, unfortunately. And unfortunately, TSM, you fit so many different stereotypes. You know what I'm saying? People will look at you just solely on the base that you look, and you're stereotype. They don't know who you are. You know what I'm saying? They don't know the man that you are. They don't know the father that you are. It's solely based off just your appearance alone. And that's unfortunate, because it's like we all have our own free will of expression. And sometimes those things cause for us to get unwanted attention. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it's unfair, because it's like if I decide that I want to go out here and get a tattoo sleeve, what type of attention is that bringing me? What type of stereotype would somebody say, oh well, is she, you know what I'm saying? Or, and it's just like people don't really take the time to get to know a person. And it's like, how can you fear someone solely by just walking down the street? Just solely by walking down the street, what threat did you possibly cause him to feel like, okay, he don't belong in this neighborhood, and you was gonna run him over? Who's gonna run him over? And it's like you don't know what what cost you would have had to pay for that. You didn't know this man is a father. You don't know anything about him, but just basically solely on his appearance, you just felt like his life had no value. It had no value. And that's the one thing that disturbs me about racial profiling in general, is that people sit up there and they'll be like, okay, his life has no value based on the hue of his skin, or look at him, he has dreads, he has tattoos, he probably a rapper, he probably sell drugs, or he probably do this, and it's just like, how do you know that? How could you even come up with that assumption? Because it's like we all express ourselves in different ways, and it's unfortunate that we live in a society that people feel so comfortable or saying or targeting a certain group of people. It's really unfortunate and it's sad. And I'm glad that you had the intelligence to de-escalate the situation in the way that you did. And it did humble him. He was humbled. And I hope he left with a lesson learned. That this just be a one-time event, that when he see a person different hue, that he won't just be like, oh well, they don't belong in this neighborhood. They up to no good. You know what I'm saying? And that's very, very, that's a very dangerous game to somebody's life. Because what if you would have been a type of person that didn't take the route that you took? You know what I'm saying? What if you didn't have your cameras rolling? What if you what if he would have hit you? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of what ifs, but for the mere fact that God put it on your heart to be like, no, this is what you do instead. And hopefully that man will realize that, you know, not all people are brown or black people are bad people. And just solely judging people on their appearance alone. Would you agree or disagree? TSM.
I absolutely agree. Reason why is because you could be judging somebody based off of whatever, and that at the end of everything bad that you've done to that person, and that single amount of time, that this person that you judge is gonna end up love you, when you think this same person that you profile still was profiling at the end. You're not gonna hit me, are you? No, I love you. And so you never know. That could be the same person that's gonna hug you and tell you I love you. That man probably haven't had a hug in years, and it was the person that he profiled that gave him that hug.
It seemed like just basically, it seemed like he had a fear. I'm not saying it was a legitimate fear. I'm not saying that he had a right to fear, but it's just like people got to educate themselves on certain people, certain group of people, because we all different. Like I always tell TSM, I'm gonna say it, TSM. You know I tell you this all the time when we talk. Skin folk ain't always kin folk. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't always be like, oh, they a certain group of people and they all act the same. No, we don't. We don't all act the same. We don't all believe the same. You know what I'm saying? We're all different. You know what I'm saying? What if the stereotype you made in your head? What if TSM was actually that guy? What if he was that man? He wouldn't have hugged. He wouldn't have gave you a hug. You know what I'm saying? It could have went totally left. And it's by the grace of God that God used TSM as a vessel to humble you, to teach you something. That was a learning moment. That was a moment he needed to learn. That was something that he needed to learn. You know what I'm saying? Because people need to be real, real careful what they do and they say to people. They really, really do. And it's just like, it just be a lot to go into it. And I think a lot of people, hold on, what did Virginia say? Virginia said so many people don't care about no one because how they feel about you, and running people over, and that isn't really right at all, and driving crazy and a little like the devil. Hey, Bree Bree. And it's just like people just need to be careful what they say, because you never know, once again, what that person day has been like. Maybe TSM was walking. He was like, it was a lovely day. I'm going to go out here and walk and exercise, enjoy the air. And then here you come along. And it's just like, what if it would have been left? What if the stereotype
That
you had in
that's
your head?
that's a great example of two your your problems that you having personally with someone or something. It's best not to bring that outside of your household. It's best to keep that stuff in a privacy because you can find yourself angry with one person or one thing, and that translates to everybody that you see. You're seeing red. Everybody that you talk to, everybody that you see could be a target in your eyes based up off what you've done to what someone done to you or what you have going on with someone or something.
I agree. I agree to a point. I agree to a point. Because, sometimes, in situations like this, people are provoked. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that you provoked him, because obviously you didn't. But it's just like some people just really need to be careful what they say and do to people, because some people just be like, you know what, I ain't even about to play with you on that type of time. I know for me, people that I love and care about, I don't play about them at all. I just don't. I don't play with them at all. And it's just like, once you cross that line and you try me that way, it's just like you can forget it. You can forget it. Don't do that. Not with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not on that level of maturity to where I can sit up there and be like, oh, I'm forgive you, and it be true forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Because so many people be like, oh, I forgive you, but it comes with conditions. That's not true
What
forgiveness.
once
It's
again,
just
me
not.
like I was telling you the other day, being a chosen one comes with certain stipulations. You know what I'm saying? I was just telling you this. I was just telling you that I have to give everybody. Didn't I just tell you that I have to give everybody an opportunity, even if their energy is bad? We just talked this on a podcast that I have to get that opportunity to everybody. You was like, not me. If I smell the energy, if I see the energy, I'ma stay away from it. And I was just telling you, um, I understand that, and I was telling you that like I said, even if the person's energy is bad, I'm going to give them an opportunity. And so I just want y'all to take that video and put what I said. I'm definitely doing what my job is to do. Um, that means turn that bad energy from somebody. I was telling you, I said, yo, it could be somebody coming in with a bad attitude, bad energy, and I could try to change them. I could try to change their mindset, something away about the way they think. And I obviously done that today. And so I just want to continue to type, to do those type of things, but not in the way that it occurred today. I would like to be able to have one-on-one with certain people who may, be having these type of mindsets, such as the racial profiling or whatever the case may be. I want to have one-on-one with these type dudes, try to get their mindset turned around.
Well, for me, what I'm talking about is discernment. What you're talking about is something different than what I'm talking about. Like, it's just like if God tells you, say, if you walking or you getting in your car and you getting ready, and you used to going to, let's say, a McDonald's one particular way. You go to this McDonald's every day. You know this McDonald's like a back of your hand. And God is telling you, and people always say, I knew I should have known. If something told me, and you have that something in you, and just like, don't go down that road. Don't go that way to McDonald's, even though that's the quickest way for you to get there. God is just speaking to you, telling you like, no, don't go down that road. Go this way instead. It might take you 5 minutes out of the way. It may take you 10 minutes out of the way. But then, say if you're not obedient and you don't listen to it, and you go the way that you were used to going, and you comfortable with going that way, then you go into something that's really, really bad. Say if it was something tragic that happened that way, and then you like, I wish I would have listened. I really wish I would have listened. That's what God gives me. God gives me when I'm around a group of people, or I'm in a setting and somebody can just walk past me. I can feel it. I can
Hey,
feel it.
listen, that
I
that's
can
that's the
feel it.
seventh. That's your seventh sense, right? That's your third eye. I absolutely 100% agree. From your standard point, the reason I'm telling you that I agree, right, is because you may not see yourself as a chosen one, but that ability right there is definitely real. That's an authentic ability to be able to seek something out based off of 2 second, um, if not a
Hey, Ashley.
just what's going on, Ashley, or even an interaction. You are a chosen one, and that's your certain stability, right? That's your seventh sense, and that's your job is to be able to seek these type of people out. And so every chosen one has a different ability. Some has the same ability, but yeah, you definitely have that ability. I off of based off of interaction with you myself. You absolutely told me certain things. I'm not even gonna say it about certain people, but you just told me certain things like, yo, that's not the energy you want, etc., so on and so forth. I didn't listen, and exactly what you said turned out, um, and played out exactly how you said it was. And so that will be your seventh sense, and mine is to change the mindset of some people.
And I just think, for I just want to say to you, TSM, congratulations, because when I seen the ending of it, it made me cry because I was just like, that is just deep. Just the fact that when he came to you and y'all hugged it out, and he was like, "Are you gonna hit me?" And you were like, "Nah, man, I ain't gonna hit you. I love you." I can see and sense that spirit, that negative energy that he had on him was released, because you were probably the first black man that he encountered that not only called him out, but humbled him, but gave him a renewed mindset. Don't judge people primarily on the color of their skin. This man live in this neighborhood. This man is a father like me. You know what I'm saying? This man goes to work like me. You know what I'm saying? He had a different mindset. And I'm just like, to get somebody to change their mindset, their view of a different person that they've never met before, that in itself is a powerful thing. That's a blessing. That's a gift. Not everybody has that. Not everybody has the ability to do that. Not everybody would do it. You know what I'm saying? And for the mere fact that you were placed at that particular time, at that particular moment, that was a moment that a lesson that he needed to learn. That was something that was a seed that you planted in him. And so with that being said, I just want to say thank you, because more people need that. More people need that. And it's just like, we're all human beings. Why not be kind to one another? Why not be why always have to be, I don't like you because of this? You don't even know me. You don't even know me. You know nothing about me. You don't know me. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, he didn't know you. He just seen a black man. Oh shoot, he got tattoos. Oh Lord, he got piercings. Oh my gosh, he got dreads in his head. Oh my, he don't belong here. And you shut that down because you had a conversation with him. You wasn't yelling, you wasn't screaming, you wasn't violent, you didn't curse, you didn't do any of those things. And I think for him, it was just like, wait a minute, I was wrong. It was that aha moment. It was enlightenment. And remember, I was telling you, I think like 2 podcasts ago, about too many people walk around in darkness. They are afraid of the light. And it's just like, you was the first person that shine light up on him. And I was just sitting here like, wow, like, wow. And then when I seen how many views it got, And it's not about the views, but for the mere fact that people clicked on. My question is to those people, what did you learn from it? What did you gain at that moment? Did it change your life? Did you have a different view? Will you remain ashamed? Will you share this with someone and go, wow, I was wrong? Not everybody is the same. You know what I'm saying? Just don't be so quick to judge. That's my point. Just don't be so quick to judge.
Yo, we really appreciate it, man. For this 30-minute live awareness live with my beautiful co-host slash manager. We definitely gonna be coming on at 8:30, or it's gonna be 8 o'clock. Y'all make sure that y'all tap in. I got my little fire pit lit, and it is just like getting in me. So I'm gonna get up out of here. I will talk to you.
But everybody. Virginia, Alice, real mamas.
I'll
Well, he's gone, guys. So I just want to say shout out